Good afternoon, I'm Belinda De Lasheras with Hunter News. Pressure continues to mount on the region's greyhound racing industry following the live baiting controversy which saw the suspension of a hunter trainer. John O'Brien was among several trainers to be suspended over the incident, but insists his practice has always been to kill the rabbits before using them as lure for greyhounds. Executive Director of Animal Liberation Mark Pearson says live baiting has long been an issue plaguing the industry.
What's clear in the evidence from the investigation is that this has been going on for a long time. It's systemic, it's part of the industry, and all they have done about it is just try to cover it up rather than actually properly prosecute and punish and fine the operators.
Secret documents have come to light which appear to show a collusion between the state government and mining giant Rio Tinto to persevere with the extension of Warkworth Mine. It's believed the documents provide evidence senior government bureaucrats worked closely with Rio Tinto to push through a biodiversity offset package boasting a number of irregularities to ensure the extension proceeds. New South Wales Coordinator of the Lock the Gate Alliance, Georgina Woods, says the evidence found is unacceptable.
These documents that we have revealed today have confirmed the community's fears that, yes, there has been senior levels of government talking about this project and a huge amount of pressure being brought to bear on the Office of Environment and Heritage to give a stamp of approval to a biodiversity impact that the court described as unacceptable.
Ausgrid has agreed to a 2.5% pay rise for workers operating in Newcastle and the Hunter. The Electrical Trades Union outlined the compromise between the company and staff yesterday after workers voted in favour of industrial action on the back of the state government's electricity privatisation plans. ETU Secretary Steve Butler said workers have a range of concerns about privatisation.
The primary concern is job security, and we're arguing that there should be no forced redundancy provisions within the agreement, and if that's the case, then we're making progress in relation to the concerns for our members employed in the distribution industry.
The state government's decision to send manufacturing contracts overseas has come under fire as up to 59 workers at Cardiff's Downer EDI lost their jobs. Labor insists the company's been made to shed more than a third of its workforce after a raft of recent government contracts were awarded to Queensland and overseas suppliers such as China. Charlestown MP Jodie Harrison says Labor will put regional protection measures in place if it's elected in March.
We'll give a 20% loading to tenders considered from New South Wales and a further 5% to tenders in regional New South Wales. We're committed to having 15% of the employed workforce in government contracts that we award to be apprentices and trainees.
But Charlestown's Liberal candidate Jason Paulina says the job losses are an unfortunate reality of a constantly re-evolving manufacturing industry.
We are talking tens and tens of thousands of jobs created across the state. So we will see a significant change in the makeup of where jobs are and where they're delivered into the future.
Hunter MP Joel Fitzgibbon is encouraging parents and early childhood teachers to voice their concerns today as he visits Cessnock to discuss the state of childcare. He's set to gather feedback from the Good Start Early Learning Centre on ways Labor can improve on the Abbott government's approach to early childhood education. Joel Fitzgibbon says the government's commitment appears confused at best.
We want to put pressure on Tony Abbott to do the sensible things. The paid parental leave scheme Tony Abbott was putting forward was a joke and no one supported it, so we're pleased that's been dumped, and we're hoping some of the money allocated will be invested in what is important, that is allowing working families to access affordable childcare and, of course, childcare they can feel comfortable with.
Now with sport, Reece Wicks.
The pressure's ramping up on Newcastle Jets owner Nathan Tinkler following confirmation the Australian Tax Office has moved to freeze FFA funding used to pay players. The Jets were due to deposit the cash by Sunday, but players and staff insisted nothing's arrived in their bank accounts, officials instead promising the money within the next 24 hours. It follows warnings from the FFA. The club has only a matter of days to settle its debts, including around $4,000 in unpaid employee superannuation. Meanwhile, the Jets seem to be having better luck with recruitment, striker Radovan Pavicic inking a deal to remain at the club for another 2 years. It's the 19-year-old's first professional contract after 3 years as a member of the Jets youth team. He says it's an amazing opportunity.
Yeah, I'm very excited. Every kid dreams of getting a contract when they grow up, and I've got one, so I'm very happy.
And defending Surfers champ Matt Banting is hoping to take the fight to Joel Parkinson as the action ramps up in round 3 at Mayweather today, on the back of a testing late heat yesterday. That's sport on Reece Wicks.
2 NURFM News Time is 11 past 12.